Hello, everybody. This is Brother Jesse from Luke Baptist Church, and I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about what's coming up in the sermon tomorrow. And we're going over what's going on in the Third Missionary Journey as Paul is leaving Ephesus, and he's going to take a little time to talk to the leadership of the church before he leaves. And he wants to talk with them about a word they called egratia. We translate that word a lot of times as self-control, but it's better translated as temperance. Now, that word gets a little confusing for us nowadays because we think of temperance today as not drinking alcohol, but that word really isn't about alcohol or those sorts of things. It's about forging metal, it's about tempering steel. It's about tools. So let's look at a tool here. Here's my toolbox. I keep a box of Stanley tools here in my office in case I need to fix something or just something goes wrong around here. So let me get out a tool. Let's get out a hammer. All right. Now, Stanley says that this is a perfectly forged hammer. That the steel in this hammerhead and the general construction of all the rubber pieces and everything around this hammer is so well constructed that if anything ever goes wrong with this hammer, even if I'm dead and gone and 80 years later Carr or Malachi or somebody gets a hold of this hammer and it breaks, they can turn it in to Stanley and they'll get a brand new one. And nothing is ever going to go wrong with this hammer. That this steel has been forged in the fire, that it's been put in there, that the impurities have been pounded out of it, that it's gone into the fire, that they've beaten it out, and every little thing that's not iron or carbon has been pounded out, and it is pure, and it's the perfect tool for the job. It's the perfect tool in the master's hand. That's the idea behind temperance. If there's some impurity, if there's some oxygen left in here, oxygen put together with iron or steel makes rust. That's going to break. If there's some other impurity, some other thing that's not iron or carbon, maybe a little bit of chromium that makes it shiny, if there's something that's not one of those in there, this tool will fail. Something else. It's not supposed to be in there. Stanley says that's not going to happen. It's a guarantee, lifetime guarantee. Paul is telling the leadership at the church, he says, through the power of the Holy Spirit, you have received the spiritual gift of temperance. Through your relationship with Jesus Christ, you have been forged in the fire of this world and all the difficulties they have. If you have maintained your relationship with Jesus Christ, you've been through the difficulties and the trials of this world, and through that process of relying on Him, all those impurities are being worked out of you, and you are being forged into the tool in His hand, the perfect tool in His hand for the job that He has given you. And He's telling these men who have been put in leadership, He says, you are already the tool that He needs to do this job. And you don't need me here anymore holding your hand. So we're going to talk a lot more about this and how this applies to our lives today. So come and join us here this coming Sunday. You can join us on Facebook Live. You can join us on YouTube, our church YouTube channel. I've heard some people talking that we're having some quality issues on Facebook Live. There's a lot of people across the nation on Facebook Live all at once on Sunday mornings. If that's the case, you can catch us at 1 o'clock on our church YouTube channel, and that actually will have a little better quality. There's not as many people on at once, and that might help. You can access that through our church website. That is www.loopbaptist.org, and you can access our church YouTube channel from there, and that has a little better quality. If some people were having a little trouble hearing the sermon there, we're going to do some things this Sunday to try and make that a little easier, but YouTube definitely has better sound quality. And or you can also come back into the church worship service now if you feel comfortable doing that. I don't blame anybody if you don't. But if you would like to come back into the worship service in person, the restrictions have been relaxed, and we have plenty of room to stay 6 feet apart and still be a part of the worship service. So you can come and do that as well. But come and find out about the fruit of the Spirit, that is temperance. Thank you, and God bless.